I am that I am, the beloved Saint Germain. Now comes the time of emergence, and I come to you as Saint Germain. I love the act of consciousness when I come to you as Adamus. Adamus is Shambhala in the new energy, Shambhala, each and every one of you. But I choose this occasion as we come into emergence to come to you as Saint Germain, Saint Germain. I come to you as Saint Germain because it's an energy that you're familiar with, going back to the mystery schools. It's an energy that each and every one of you can feel into, going all the way back to our time of mysticism and studies and fun and joy at the mystery schools. Because now we're ready for the next big step. We're ready for the emergence. Here we are now. And as we do, as we're at this moment, I ask you to take a deep breath into the mystical air. Take a deep breath into the mystical air. It's all around you. The mysticism of the mystery schools, the mysticism of your journey, the mysticism of the next step, the emergence. Take a deep breath into the mystical air. And take a deep breath into the wisdom. The wisdom, what is also called the master, the wisdom comes in now. The wisdom that balances all the experiences of the human. The wisdom that tempers, that softens the hard edges, that brings meaning to the experience. Take a deep breath into the mystical air and into the wisdom. As we go now into emergence, there are several fundamental, brilliant realizations, but things to be very aware of as we go into the next step. These were stepping stones. These are some of the basic foundations of where we go next. Feel them. Allow them to be part of your realizations. Allow yourself to embrace and to understand them. The basic wisdoms as we go into emergence. You've heard many of them before, nothing new, but one of the first and perhaps most important is allow. Allow yourself. None of this comes now through effort or hard work. None of it comes through force, and there's no power in it. It comes through allowing. Allowing in itself is not an effort, it's an openness. Allowing the wisdom, allowing consciousness, allowing them into your body, into your being, into every experience that you have. Allowing is a very personal thing. It's not about the rest of the world. It's not about any other person, any other being. It's about yourself, allowing you to be all that you are. It's so basic, it's so simple. Allowing, opening your heart, opening your mind, allowing the Atlantean dream, allowing all of you to be here at this moment. Allowing, take a deep breath into allowing. And as we talked about so often, this is a natural evolution. It's natural. You don't have to work at it. You don't have to effort it. It's natural. It's something that happens to each and every soul being who comes by way of earth. You go through your earthly incarnations and all the experiences that you behold. And then you come to this point where the master comes in naturally, sometimes with resistance from the human, but the master comes in. It doesn't need to be coaxed or coerced or forced. true realization is a natural process. And then you could say that allow the human to have this natural process. No fighting, no negotiating, no pushing. Simply allowing the natural process. Then it's so important for the realization that all energy serves you. You've had so many lifetimes now where you've been working for energy, a slave to energy, but now that changes and you realize that all energy serves you. It's always meant to. It's always been serving you, but so many are not aware, they're not conscious that energy is here to serve them. Energy is not an enemy. Energy will never push you back. Energy will never play tricks on you. Energy will never deceive you and never sell you out. Take a deep breath. Can you realize that energy is here to serve you? It's yours. It's your divine right. Whether it comes in the form of abundance, whether it comes as peace, whether it comes as wisdom, whether it comes at being at the right place at the right time, whether it comes as other people, no matter what it is, energy is here to serve you. In that, we'll find that certain things just go out of vocabulary. They hold no meaning at all. When energy serves you, there's no need to struggle with abundance. It's just there. When you're allowing energy to serve you, there's no need for healing. It's just there. The balance comes back on its own. When you realize that energy is there to serve you, there's truly no effort. There's no need for goals. There's no need for purposes. You're here now in emergence to be in experience. Experience of your choosing. Experience that's supported by all of the energies that are serving you. Experience that will always be balanced and tempered and brought to its beauty by the wisdom of the Master. Let's take a deep breath with that. All energies serve you, and let that be. Let that be. You're not bound by anyone or anything. You're not bound by your ancestors. You're not bound by the past, your past lives. You're not bound by any humans or any governments. You are a sovereign being. Therefore, also responsible for your own experiences, your own joys, your own creations in life. You're not bound by angelic beings, angelic families, or angelic councils. And you'll find that so many of these things are here to serve you, but you are no longer bound. You're not bound by any god or any gods. You are truly free. Take a deep breath with that realization. And let go of anything now that binds you, that holds you back, that governs you, that controls you. You are no longer bound by any of those things as you come into emergence. In emergence, you'll also find that the mind is no longer the guiding voice in your life. It has been eons of time since that the mind has guided, has talked to you, has made its judgments, has made its choices, but you now go beyond where the mind is the guiding voice. There's a new voice. There's a new feeling. There's a new consciousness. And it is the Trinity, the complete Trinity of the I am, the Master, and the human. It's not even the I am making directives. It's not the Master telling you what to do. It is the Trinity of the Master, the I am, and the human, working in unison, for they are the same, but working in unison, the human having its experiences, but now experiences of its choosing and of its joy. The Master always bringing wisdom to everything. And now, instead of wisdom occurring at death or years after an experience, the wisdom occurs simultaneous with the experience. Therefore, no wounds. Therefore, no doubts. It is brought to wisdom in the moment. And the I am, in its constant radiance of joy, its constant knowingness of the I exist, I am, its constant being in its own creation. For true creation is simply the I am in joy, the human going into experience that creation, and the Master always bringing it into wisdom and back into the heart of the I am. Let's take a deep breath with that. One of the other fundamental realizations is that you realize that as the human, that guilt and shame are self-indulgent human distortions. There's no room for them in emergence. There's no room for dwelling in the past, carrying the load of guilt or shame. And to the human, sometimes that's troubling because the human feels it needs to cover itself in guilt as to not repeat mistakes from the past. It's been trained, it's been hypnotized into believing that guilt will keep the human in its place from abusing power, from harming others, from destroying creations. But now you cannot possibly do so. You have the wisdom of the Master, you have the joy, you have the consciousness of the I am. There's no place where you go now into emergence for any guilt or shame. It's time to let go of all that and move forward into the joy of your experience and your creations. Going into emergence now, there's no going back. There's no going back. It's always been what you felt to be an option up to now, even though in a way of speaking it really hasn't been true, but you've always held that as an option, as a potential, that you could go back. You could undo what you've done in this lifetime, but you simply can't. There's no going back, but yet, in a way of speaking, there's no going forward either. There's nothing to go forward into. There's really no tomorrow. There's no next lesson or learning. So if there's no going back and there's no going forward, it's all in the now, right here. Not putting something off until tomorrow, not waiting for another day for realization. No going back and actually no going forward. It's here. It's now. It is the I am here. In going into emergence, there's also no hiding. There's no hiding. And it's something so many of you have done for so very long. Hidden yourself, and in doing so, you've hidden your truth. You've hidden your awarenesses. You've hidden yourself even from you. Now, there's no hiding. There's no hiding from you. There's no holding back. It is all revealed. All the mysteries, all the mysticism, all the blessings of who you are. No hiding that anymore. No hiding from others, no hiding from churches, no hiding from families, but more than anything, no hiding from yourself. You cannot in emergence. Everything comes forward. All of who you are, all of the beauty, all of the consciousness, it comes forward. And as much as there's no hiding from yourself, I do have to say that in emergence, you can be invisible to others when you choose to be in your own realm, your own space, when you simply choose not to interact with mass consciousness or others, when you're in the midst of throngs or crowds of people and simply want to be unto yourself, you can go invisible, meaning that you can be in your own safe and sacred space, and others won't interfere. Yes, at times your light is going to shine very, very brightly on others, and at times you'll find that they're coming to you, attracted to you, wanting to know what it is about you. But because of the importance of maintaining your own safe space and balance, you find that you can be invisible. And it may seem odd that you may say, how can you not hide but yet be invisible? Because, my dear friends, you are mystical. Because when you choose not to be with others, when you choose to be only in your sacred space, you can be invisible. Let's take a deep breath with that. And one more thing. There's no more working on you, no more working on the me, no more working on that human identity. That's done, gone. There's no need to work on anything. Why would you if you are now a sovereign being? If you are now in conscious understanding and awareness of the I am, master and human all together. No more working on me. That means finally, it's time to simply experience the joy of self. Not trying to make it better, just experiencing. Not trying to perfect, just experiencing. Not seeing yourself as anything less than, but rather in your complete state of divine and human. No more working on you, the me. Going into emergence, you are a free being, a sovereign being, dependent on no one else for anything else. Everything that is needed in your life comes to you. Yes, as if by magic. No longer being a slave to anything or anyone else, including your own past. Let's take a deep breath with that. These are fundamental realizations as you go into emergence. Come back to these, visit them from time to time, because there is a tendency to forget that energy serves you, to forget that this is a natural process, to forget that it's all about allowing, to forget that now the mind is not the voice. It is actually the voice of the I am, the master, and the human together. So easy to forget so many things. So come back, visit these fundamental realizations from time to time during our Emergence series. I connect with you from the times of our mystery schools, from the times where we talked about a time that would come on the planet, a time of realization, a time of change, a time of embodying, and more than anything else, a time of experiencing in a way that the human by itself could never have imagined before. I come to you with that direct connection from the mystery schools. Let's take a deep breath into the mystical air. Take a deep breath into the wisdom. Take a deep breath into the journey that's now led to emergence. I am that I am, the beloved Saint Germain. Thank you.